All right, good day, folks. Here is your World War III update. This is War News 247. Now, we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about Pfizer. We're going to talk about Luke chapter 21 and the sea and the waves roaring, and Hurricane Beryl, a Category 5 hurricane. Incredible. First, this is about Russia and Russia getting into the satellites. Now, you've heard it said many times on this channel and many other channels. The first sign that World War III has officially started, went hot, if you will, is when communications go down, because they won't want the enemy to respond. When you do a first strike, you don't want the communications of the enemy to be working so that they can mount a proper response, so that they can gather the troops together, so that they can send missiles flying over in the other direction. You want to take out all their communications first, and then you send in the troops, or you send in the big missiles to do the physical damage. First, you take out the technology, communications, and then you go in and do the physical damage to keep the enemy down, if you will. So, Russia broke the security of network of NATO satellites and scanned satellite networks of France, Sweden, Netherlands, Luxembourg, Ukraine, and other countries, causing an immediate reaction by the West. Now, they went and complained to the International Telecommunications Union, and what's the union going to do at this point? If you're effectively at war with a country, that country, Russia, can do whatever they want. If they're at war, they're going to do whatever they want, right? But they say they interfered with some television stations, some kids stations, 11 cases of harmful interference. But you ain't seen nothing yet. This is just Russia and the enemy, if you will. This is them just testing the waters, just seeing what they can do, just kind of poking and prodding. When it really goes hot, this will all come down. They will flip the switch. Everything will absolutely crash, overheat, melt down, and generally be turned off or remotely controlled by them and taken over. And this is the big thing. Like all the satellites, all the technology that we have, it's going to go down. The cell phone networks, all that's going to go down. And if it's not taken down by the Russians, it's probably going to be taken down by the West, by NATO, by United States or Canada, because they're going to want absolute radio silence so that they can mount a response, so that the enemy doesn't get any news coming from open-mouthed YouTubers like me, giving them indication of what's happening on the ground. The government's not going to want that, right? So they're going to want to control all the information. So whether it's Russia or whether it's our own governments, all communications are going to go down for a period. We will be severely restricted if there are communications. But I think this gives an indication that indeed Russia is readying to take out the satellites, commandeer them, probably just destroy them, really, so that nuclear weapons can't be fired in the opposite direction. And again, this is going to be your first sign that something's gone wrong. When the cell phone towers go down, when internet goes down, pay attention, watch closely, because there's maybe something happening. And this is why I did the video of the Redivis FRS radios. When things go sideways, you're going to want alternative means of communication. Cell phone networks are not likely to be down. They're going to be overwhelmed if they're up. You need something local, radio to radio, such as ham radio, amateur radio, or FRS, which can go 5, 10, 15 kilometers, which works really well in a small community, so that you can communicate with your neighbors, coordinate security, coordinate what food you have. You just need to be aware that people could be also listening and monitoring those conversations. And that's a really operational security, that's an important operational security thing, OPSEC as they say, to understand who's listening. The best thing is to go over, shake your neighbor's hand, talk to them in private without any electronic devices around. But as the outage extends, over a couple days, then to get a hold of one another, you might want to have an FRS radio. So that's a good use of that. This is War News 247 again. This is now coming out as we get closer to World War III. You're going to hear more and more. I think we're in World War III, but as we get close to a hot World War III, conventional weapons World War III between NATO and Russia and China, you're going to hear more about spies and spy bases. And it'll start with the spy bases in Cuba, and then it'll go to spies in the country, and then it'll go down to people who just don't agree with the government, like me, or other people who are saying something on YouTube, and will be considered treasonous and spies probably at some point. But yes, they have found some spies near an American base in Cuba. The Eurasian Axis is preparing a mega attack. It says they are scanning bases and facilities in southeastern United States. Not one, not two, but 4 spy bases were detected by the U.S. Army in Cuba. The Americans speculate that bases belong to China. Of course, China, has all their technology and chips in North America in every device you have, probably in every single device I'm using right now, and that is on my desk. Not all are relaying information back, but certainly most of it was created in China. It says the pace of their construction and their quantity combined with the other information show that the Eurasian Axis is methodically preparing for confrontation with the U.S. So they've got their spy bases set up, they've got their eavesdropping, they've got their technology, 5G technology, and they purchased companies and land all over North America, just effectively to be sleeper agents of sorts, sleeper options to use when we do go to World War III. Here's a look at, I guess this is apparently the location. The Center for Strategic and International Studies identified 4 spy bases, Bajucal, El Salio, YJ, and Calabazar. So there you go. I'm not even sure what this image is, but anyways. Oh, this is a YJ signal intelligence site. There you go. So yes, they're eavesdropping on that sort of thing. This is interesting. Luke chapter 21 speaks of the waves, the sea and the waves roaring. Hurricane Beryl is a Category 5 hurricane. This is an unprecedented thing. Category 5 hurricanes are somewhat of an anomaly, relatively speaking, in any hurricane season. However, Category 5 hurricane before the 4th of July is unprecedented. University of Miami hurricane expert Brian McNulty posted. He says, Beryl holds a new record for the earliest Category 5 hurricane by a huge 15-day margin. Is the Earth heating up? Yes. Is it man-made? Well, there's arguments to be made there. But if the Earth was created about 6,000 years ago, and about 4,000 years ago the flood of Noah came and the ice canopy dropped, causing the ice caps and the Great Ice Age, which is when the world cooled down from what was otherwise a tropical zone all the way around the Earth, covered by an ice canopy, to basically an ice age. We know it was an ice age. Then yes, it would be warming up since that ice age. Will it get beyond the tropical temperatures that it was prior to? I don't know exactly, but I can tell you that it makes sense to me, biblically speaking, if you read Genesis, that the earth is warming. Is it all man-made? No. Should we be good stewards of the earth? Yes, for sure. But certainly what they're telling you, trying to tell you that it's all the humans' cause, and that's not totally true. Now there's going to be a climate change warning underneath this video. Look down and you tell me if you see it in the comments. As soon as I say that, the AI is listening to what I say and putting the truth in there. So you can thank the AI small g gods of YouTube for correcting everything I say. But this is unprecedented. Luke chapter 21, and it's speaking about the last days. It says here, verse 24, and they shall fall by the sword, by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations, and Jerusalem shall be trodden down by the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. Now this verse, this is speaking about the diaspora of the Jews away from the land of Israel into all the countries, and they're coming back from all the countries, Russia and North America and every country. They're all coming back to Israel. So this is something that's happened in the past. Jerusalem was trodden down, and it's really the time of the Gentiles has been the last 2,000 years, really, while the Jews haven't had a nation, basically. Well, that time of the Gentiles is coming to a close. The Jews have a nation in Israel. Verse 25, we head forward in time, and it says, and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations with perplexity. And what? The sea and the waves roaring. Well, of the sea and the waves roaring with this Category 5 hurricane, you are absolutely correct. It is. Is it scaring some people? There are some men's hearts failing them for fear of things coming upon them. Some other men's hearts are failing them for fear of things that have maybe went into them. I don't know. But verse 25 is kind of that in-between time where there's going to be signs in the sun, moon, and stars, and I think we're starting to see that. And verse 26 says, men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth. If you don't have faith in Jesus Christ, you're afraid of what's coming. Are people afraid of climate change? Yeah, because they think their life is going to be cut short. They don't realize that the Creator God is controlling things and managing it for us in our mismanagement, and He will not let the earth be destroyed. It says, which are coming upon the earth, for the powers of the heaven shall be shaken. And then verse 27, we know this is the last days. Again, the times that we're in now, because this hasn't occurred yet. Verse 27, and then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. So when do we see the Son of Man coming in a cloud? Well, at a time when there's signs in the sun, moon, and stars, the sea and the waves are roaring, and when men's hearts are failing them for fear of things coming upon them, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. So this, I believe, covers a period of time which is, the last 2,000 years, and it's going to increase in frequency and intensity per the birth pains in the last days. So, and this is before the Son of Man comes, verse 27 there. Now, another thing that could be affecting the hearts of man is this, and this is just an interesting thing. This is from expose-news.com. So this company here purchased other companies that produce drugs that treat the same condition caused by the you-know-what. So they're buying up all the companies that address all the side effects that they've created with their novel thing. And there's still words I can't say because now there's going to be a fight for Health Canada and climate change notices under my video. So interesting that they're acquiring them. The acquisitions of other pharmaceutical companies since the roll of its seem to indicate that this is the case. They're going after these other companies, which because at the end of the day, many people believe that these big companies are there really not to heal you or cure you. Certainly, you can't even say anything cures anymore on YouTube. So these companies aren't there to cure you. If they cured you, they wouldn't be making any money going forward. So ultimately, the profit lies in treating the symptoms and making people feel better while they're still sick and not addressing the actual sickness. That's economics. That's supply and demand, or that's just the capitalistic system where, I want to make more money, so I don't want you to be better. I don't want you to heal yourself or to be healed because then I can't sell you my medicine anymore, right? And so then buying up these companies, likely to shut them down or maybe to make more money off the symptoms, is probably what they're going to do. That's indeed. And what do they do for cancer as well? Well, they a lot of the times they just kind of treat the thing instead of trying to figure out a cure for it, right? Maybe you need better exercise and better food, more healthy habits, and maybe that will cause a decrease. Or maybe there's things like some seeds of some particular fruit that we know about that can help here. But nope, that's not something the big companies can sell. So there's obviously not going to be any money in researching those things, even if they work, because then they would lose money. They would die as a company. No one would buy their product anymore, right? So it's just kind of common sense. I guess I don't want to belabor the point, but keep your eyes wide open. Recognize this is happening, and this is just the capitalist system. No one ever said that the capitalist system was the best system, or God's system. That's for sure. And so this is what's happening. So unprecedented times we're living in, folks. Those in Jamaica and Cuba and the islands there, and this is going to head up into Texas. Be ready for this. Be prepared. It could be an interesting hurricane season. And again, another reason why you might need FRS radios, some sort of radios. FRS happens to be kind of the cheapest, easiest ones to acquire. And they come with the extra features like the flashlights, waterproof, excellent emergency things to have, and some of the cheapest preps you can get, that's for sure. So definitely check out Redivis or any other company, Uniden for that matter, for FRS radios. Again, you can get them secondhand. People often even give them away because they don't even care anymore, and they're great to have as many as possible, and they all interoperate in terms of different frequencies. Some have just have more power or less power. So I'll leave it there, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.